All right, so thanks for joining everyone to our Friday afternoon training session. Today we're going through some new enhancements to our iGyro portal. And as you know, we've got an iGyro desktop version and an iGyro portal version. So the portal is a web-based application and it can work on any internet-enabled device, unlike the desktop version, which only runs on a Windows environment. So we're adding more and more features to the portal over time. So it doesn't have the complete feature set that the iGyro desktop version does have, but it's becoming more and more capable, and there are even some features that are exclusive to the portal. So today we'll go through some new enhancements that we've just added over the last few weeks. So the first one that we'll go through is iGyro portal attachments. So we'll show you how to upload attachments into the portal and how to rename those files. Also adding notes and client communication, which wasn't available previous to today. And we've also got a new site diary feature for project managers on site. So we'll start here. We've got our iGyro portal desktop screen here. So I've just selected a job and we'll go to the attachments tab here to start with. So this is familiar to you if you've used the Gyro portal previously, or even the iGyro desktop. It works the same way. But we've allowed you to upload files and make changes to those files as well here. So as you click down here, you can see all the files that you've added previously. These are just folders down this left-hand side. And these little triangles here indicate it's a folder structure. So there's another folder underneath this one. All right, so what we have here is a select files button. So you can click on that select files to locate a file to upload into here. I'll go into this photos folder. But another way to do that, which I prefer, is just dragging and dropping. So you've got a folder with some files already open. You can drag and drop these into here. So I'll click and drag that first one and drop it onto this section here. And the file will upload just like magic for you. The other thing you can do here is if you've got multiple files, we can either control click the files that we're after or shift click the bottom one or select multiple files. So I'll do all 4 of those in this one. And it's uploaded all those files for us. Now, again, previous to this release, we never had this delete button here. So if your user account has privileges to delete attachments in the desktop version, you will have this little red trash can on this right-hand side. So you can easily delete a file. And you'll be prompted, are you sure you'd like to delete the item, yes or no? Now, to edit these, we can double click. So if we want to add a description to this one, we can double click here. Make a description, and you can just hit the enter key, click away, or hit the tab button, or tab key, I should say. You probably didn't notice what happened there, but there's a tiny little red mark there and a progress slider that popped up on the screen. So it's automatically saving as you tab out of this box here. All right, so there's nothing left for you to do. If you end up with a little red tag there, it'll let you know that for some reason there was a failure. It shouldn't happen, but if you do see those red tags, there's something wrong with the system at that point. So you could ring and ask for help at that stage. Now, we can also rename these files as well. So we double click in here. It allows us to change the text here. I'll just click on enter on that one. Again, that saved the name. And another nice little feature here is that it doesn't allow you to delete this extension here. So if we try and delete that and just rename it, try and save that, it'll reinstate the extension, in this case a .jpg. So that's important for most Windows filing systems. So if you download the file, if it doesn't have an extension, it'll have a hard time knowing how to open that file. All right, so that should be pretty straightforward. Just a couple of things to be careful of here. When you're dragging into here, make sure you've selected the right folder. So in this case, we uploaded to the Photos folder. you may like to choose a different folder. So you can see each folder has its own set of attachments in it. And one other thing that can go wrong here as well is that we're expecting to drag and drop these files into this select window where it says drop files here to upload. If you drag it into a browser window, it'll just open that file like this. So that hasn't uploaded the file, that's just used your web browser to open up that image. So we'll just click back. All right, so the correct place to drop it is on here. Good one. All right, so if you haven't noticed before too, there's a lot of these little search toolbars here, or search inputs. So we can type for a file. So you might have a lot of files in here. We can start typing the name and it will filter that list for you. Awesome. Now, another place you might like to upload attachments is in Global Docs. Again, this is a new feature here. So if we go to Global Docs, now, if you're part of our group, you're used to seeing a folder structure here with a lot of content that we provide for you. And if you click on one of these, you don't have a section here. You don't have the ability to upload into these folders. So you'll have a folder structure of your own. In this case, we've got Integrity New Homes Demo with your own folder structure. So we don't have the ability to create folders in here at the moment, so you can do that in your iGyro desktop version, but we can upload the files. So it works in exactly the same way. I'll just drag these three on. We can click and rename, add a description, and delete the files. And also we've got the search there, obviously. All right, I'll shoot back to jobs again. All right, we'll move on to, actually just while I'm here, we're on attachments, we'll just go to photos. Photos is a special attachment folder or tab. So we go to the attachments here, we've got this folder here called Photos Client Facing. So anything you put in here will be available in this Photos tab, and that will also be available to the client portal, so your clients will see it. So if you have internal photos from your sites that you don't want the client seeing, pop them in the Photos folder. If they're photos that you do want your clients to see, you pop it in this client-facing folder. And another way to do that is just to do it into this Photos tab here. So we've got this select files, we can drag and drop into here, or a better way to do this is when you're on site with your mobile phone, load this up, hit that select files button, and it'll allow you to take a photo with the camera of your phone. All right, we'll move on to tasks here. So this has always been a read-only view here, and we've just made a small modification to this to allow you to add notes. So we find a lot of people, especially on site, they might want to make a note, or if they're out and about. So at some point we'll progress to make this a read-write, so you can actually add and modify all of your tasks. At this stage, we've got this note button. So if we click on New Note, we'll get this little window that pops up, and we can type our comments in. So you'll notice it's got a date and a timestamp on there. You can change that with these drop downs here. So if it was something that happened yesterday, you can click on that, and then you can choose the time from here. So it's in 15-minute increments, but you can change that manually if you need to. All right, so that was a complete date. Save that one. If for some reason you want to put a due note in there, do it exactly the same way, but you would delete out date out of here and pick a date for this one. So there's our new note that we added here, and there's our due note with a little yellow bar against it to let us know that it's due. All right, we'll move on to the site schedule here. So this is what your project managers will use out on the site, and it's a way of keeping track of all of the tasks that you do on a job. So we can see here, this is a filled out site schedule. We've got a lot of green indicators here to let us know that they've been completed. We've got some red ones to let us know that these tasks are overdue. And obviously we've got our yellow markers to let us know that they're still due, or due in the future. So if you click on that, we've got this little window that pops up. Now, prior to this release, that will take you to another page. So it took a little bit longer to load. So this is loading on the same page, allows you to get in there quickly. So if we want to pick a due date for this one, you do so there. Now we've got our yellow marker. And if we want to complete that one, we just mark off with the day. It's defaulting to that timestamp there. Probably should have today's time on there. I'll take a look at that for a future release, but you can pick the time. Again, it's not really relevant for the site schedule. Usually you're happy with the day that it's occurred, not the time itself. Alrighty, so while we're here on this site schedule tab here, we've got one additional button. So we've got our default view, we've got the all tasks, and the next one here is the to-do tasks. So we click on that, it's looking at just this one job. It'll tell us anything that needs our attention, anything to do. If we go on to this next one, this is a brand new button with this release. So if we click on the diary button, it's essentially just a way of you keeping notes. So designed for the project managers, they might have something to remind themselves to do, or just a note to jog their memory at a future date. So similar to adding a note in the tasks screen there, I'll click on new diary note. You get a window like this. This time we've got the timestamp. We'll save that one. Now, what you could also do here is if you wanted to have a diary note to remind yourself of something, we could put a due date in. Let's say next week. You probably want your comment in there. All right, so that's given us a due date of next week. For that to be useful too, I mean, you could always come in here and have a look through this, but you may want to set up a notification to let you know that this thing is due. So I might just quickly show you that. So you'd have to do that in the Gyro desktop though. So we've gone through notifications previously. But if we go to Home, Admin, Notification, click on New Rule. And in this task section here, we go diary note. And the business contact would need to be the project manager. So essentially we've set a new notification up to say, let us know, we could say one day before if we wanted to, one day before a diary note is due, notify the project manager of that job. I'll save that. That's all you need to do to set up the notification. All right, so that's your diary notes. Pretty simple there, just a way of keeping track of mental notes, I guess. Saves you scrolling it down a bit of paper and losing it. All right, if we move across here, we'll go to communication. So I've got communications here, so we can actually edit these now. So if you click on one of those, you can edit the note, change the date and due dates if you need to. But we've also, again, got this extra button here that says New Contacted Client. So similar to all the other screens, it'll just pop up and you can type your note in. All right, so those few features there, we've had lots of requests for people to be able to do this on their mobile devices. You know, they might be out and about on an iPad and this will make that work for you. So being in the Gyro portal will work on any internet-enabled device. All right, so that's all of our features there. Now, I have prepared a quick poll just to run through some of these new changes. I'll try and do that now. So I'm not sure if everyone, I've never done this before, so hopefully you can see a poll on your screen there now. So just quickly answer those. Do you prefer using the iGyro desktop or iGyro web portal? So these answers might help us know where to put our development effort, whether we continue to develop the Gyro desktop version or put more and more effort into the web portal. Next one there, do you use iGyro portal when on site? Just a simple yes or no. Okay, we use the new site diary feature. That's just a yes or no, not sure yet. All right, and if you're already using the photos, so we're talking about the photos uploading to a job via the iGyro portal, you can let us know how many you think you'd put up there for each individual job. If you're new to us and you haven't really started building yet, just have an indication of how many you think you'd like to put up there. I've got a few people voting in there. Now, we've got a question from Craig here. I might just pop Craig on, allow to talk. Hello, Craig. If you unmute yourself there, you should be okay.
How you going, Tim?
Yeah, good, Craig. How are you?
Good, mate, good. I tried submitting that form, but I haven't started using it on site yet because I'm still learning how to use the system, so I can't really. I would like to use it on site. I've just got to try and get used to using the system.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the site schedule you're not using yet.
Yeah. If you had that question there, are you intended to use it? Yep, I will.
Absolutely. We'll tick yes to that. That's fine. It's just a bit of an indication to see how we're going there. If what you've seen would help you, then certainly just answer yes to that.
Okay, cool. Well, cool, thank you.
Very good. All right, so we've got a few votes in, so I'll just end that polling. We've got one straggler. That's all right, end polling. All right, so if you can see that there, so what have we got? A bit of a split here. So pretty close. Gyro desktop and Gyro portal, there's a good even split there. To use the Gyro portal when on site, again, there's an even split. Looks like everyone's pretty happy with the site diary. And we've got an even split of 0 to 5, 6 to 10, and more than 10 photos on a job. So it looks like we've got everyone in varying stages using the software. But hopefully these webinar videos will show you the tools that we've got available to you, and you can start asking questions on how you can use that in your own business. All right, actually you might be able to see those poll results there now. All right, so that's all I've got this afternoon to go through. So if anyone has any questions, please let me know. All right, looks like we don't have too many questions. So thank you for joining, everyone. So hopefully you get some use out of these features. Let me know if you need a hand, and I will make this video available on Workplace shortly.
Thank you, Tim. Very good.
Great, thanks, Glenn. Talk to you all soon. Bye.
Bye for now.